Imagine a world turned upside down, a future vastly different from the one we know today. What if everything we perceive as reality was suddenly flipped, leaving us in a state of utter chaos and destruction? This is the vision described by the prophet Isaiah in the 24th chapter of his book, also known as apocalyptic literature. In this world, Isaiah tells us, the Lord will make the earth empty and desolate. He will turn it upside down and scatter its inhabitants. Everyone, regardless of their status or occupation, will be affected. It will be the same for priest as for people, for master as for servant, for mistress as for maid, for seller as for buyer, for borrower as for lender, for debtor as for creditor. This picture Isaiah paints is not a prophecy of immediate or short-term events. The prophet says, when disaster comes to the earth is laid waste because of its people, who have broken the laws, violated the statutes, and broken the everlasting covenant. Therefore a curse consumes the earth. Its people must bear their guilt. Therefore earth's inhabitants are burned up, and very few are left. Isaiah 24:5-6. Some may argue that this day of judgment is far off, that it doesn't concern us directly, but consider this. If one were to pass away today, wouldn't the world disappear from their sight just as they disappear from the world? Isn't that akin to the end of the world? The equality of all people in the face of disaster and death is a recurring theme in Isaiah's narrative. When the earth is turned upside down, no one, regardless of their status, can escape. Some might argue that not everyone is equal in the face of death. After all, money can buy extended life through advanced medical treatments. Yes, it's true that wealth can temporarily prolong life, but it can't guarantee the integrity of one's body, the quality of one's spirit, or the quality of one's life. Yet after the disaster, amidst the desolation and destruction, there will be those who rejoice. Some say these are the remnants, the survivors, who should be more devout than others. Some say they are the fearless believers. Perhaps it's more fitting to say that their survival is a selection by the grace of God. The Apostle Paul elaborates on this point in the Bible, saying, "For to me, to live is Christ and to die is gain." Philippians 1:21. True believers see death as being with Christ. It is immigrating to heaven and truly going home. What else is there to fear? But a true believer, reborn and saved, should not fear death. This aligns with the Christian view of life and death. As Apostle Paul states in the Bible, "For to me to live is Christ and to die is gain. I am torn between the two. I desire to depart and be with Christ, which is better by far." For true believers, death is not an end, but a beginning. It's a journey to be with Christ, a migration to the heavenly kingdom, a true homecoming. And who would fear going home? Furthermore, it is written, "He will wipe every tear from their eyes." There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. Revelation 21:4, a place illuminated not by lamp or sunlight, but by God himself. A place filled with the brilliance of gems, nard and jades, where a crystal clear river of life flows, lined by the tree of life that bears 12 kinds of fruits. The leaves of this tree are for the healing of nations, and this river of life flows from the throne of God and the Lamb. In conclusion, the 24th chapter of Isaiah provides us with a glimpse into a future world that's both terrifying and hopeful. It reminds us of the inevitable judgment day, the equality of all people in the face of disaster, and the joyous survival of those chosen by God's grace. It also points to the Christian view of life and death, reinforcing the idea that death is not an end, but a journey towards a glorious homecoming. Remember, this is not a prophecy of immediate events, but a long-sighted glimpse into the end of the world, a day that awaits us all.